Hello and welcome back to Sovren FX YouTube channel. Welcome back to the New York live streams. So today I came in a bit late. There was an entry on GJ. Personally, I didn't take it because I wasn't on the chart at that time. Let's just go over the reason for GJ buys on the fundamental level. Okay, so today we had the British pound, MPC, bank rate votes, and the monetary policy and the bank rate. So as you can see, the Bank of England increased the interest rates by 25 basis points. What does this mean for the British pound? This means that the strength of the British pound has been increased. Therefore, they're trying to curb inflation, which we saw yesterday had risen by 0.3%. So that's the mandate of the Bank of England, to reduce interest rates. So what we are seeing right now is just a reaction to that information. So for entries, I'd like to see GJ pull back to 181,500 and hold this level. If it breaks this, I'd look to wait because it will probably do a deeper pullback to 181,200 and 181 flat area levels. So right now price is coming to where we could enter safely. Let's just be patient and wait for the trade setup to come to us. Also, we'll be going over gold and what you can do to enter, because we also have USD unemployment claims today. So depending on the data you get on unemployment claims, it will highlight to us how the labor market is faring on. If it is still strong, this means the Fed won't miss their chance to increase the rates, and by increasing the rates, they increase the strength of the dollar, and by increasing the strength of the dollar, by extension, gold will be sells. So right now, let us wait for our setup on GJ. So it literally just came to us. So if it closes below, we can look to manage our trade for 12 pips. It was patient, so you can see price pulled back up. So here I'd execute my buys if this 1 minute candle closes above 181,500. Unless that happens, I'm not taking a trade. For gold, I'll be looking for sales because my predictions is that we're going to have good jobs data. And we actually missed an entry. If I had just been here a little bit earlier, we would have taken sales on gold on the 1929.500 levels. But that's alright, the market is always there, so no worries, no rush. We would have been 40 pips in profit by now. So let us wait for price to cook. I'll only take sales if price comes back to 1929,500, fails to break, then goes back down, targeting the 1923.500 areas. We could also wait for gold to close below 1923,500, ensuring it doesn't close above, then we can ride our sales to 1912. All dependent on this data. So we'll actually, either if we get our entries before the unemployment data, it would be good because we could set our stop loss at break even, then wait for price to do what it does best. Otherwise, if we are not in trades by that time, we'll actually have to wait for the unemployment claim to come out, then execute. So if there's any noise in the background, I sincerely apologize. My neighbors are having a construction and there's nothing I can do about it. So let's just be patient, wait for our trades. We'll either sell at 1929,500, having our stops right above this area, or safer stops above here for 18 pips for 60 pip take profit, or we could wait for price to break below 1923,500, have short positions, then we can ride it all the way to 1912 for 100 pips. So these are just the entries I'm looking for. So back to GJ, as you can see, price is going up. I executed on this trade. I gave everyone the blueprint on how I would execute, so there's literally no excuse. I gave you everything. I told you if price closes above price closes above 181,500, we're looking for buys. So right now we are floating 10 pips approximately. So this is how I'm looking to manage this trade. So I'm sorry for the noises in the background, bear with me. The construction going on with my neighbors. So if you can still hear me, you can just let me know in the chat. But how I'll manage this trade is, if price comes up below 181,500 and maintains below this structure, I'm looking to close, then wait for GJ to do a deeper pullback towards 181,200. So I'd also like to see consecutive bullish candles, so this is good for a trade. We don't want to see this impulsive move get engulfed by a bearish candle. So those are just the ways I'm going to manage this trade. Okay, so back to gold. As you can see, gold is still dropping. It would have been nice if we caught this trade, but let's just wait and see. So right now the news will be out in exactly an hour, so before then we'll look to execute here or below 1923,500. So as you know, with news and investor behavior, it's buy the news, buy the rumors, sell the news. So right now what investors are expecting is 261,000 and unemployment claims. So this is actually good for the USD currency. So in the case we get exactly this, we won't see major moves, but we could execute if price comes back to our pullback zone at 1929,500. But if it is poor, we can look to enter gold buys above 1929,500 and above 1939 flat. So I'll appreciate any questions you might leave in the chat. Right now we are waiting. We are letting gold cook. We are letting GJ cook. So this is actually good price action. Consecutive bullish candles and small bearish candles showing me that the buyers are actually in strength and they have the momentum. And the fundamentals are with us, technicals are with us, so you should be fearless. So this is just our first week. In the coming weeks, we're going to see how we can better our live stream step by step. We could introduce new members. We could maybe share a Zoom where I could get your insights. So right now we're watching price at 181,800. If it fails to break, this means that there isn't enough buyer strength to break above 181,800, and GJ will likely do a deeper pullback, liquidity grabs at 181,200 or 181 flat before it drives up to the highs that it made earlier. Okay, so that's what we are watching right now. Also, we have the new 15-minute candle open, and here's our push. If it breaks below the 15-minute candle, you can look to manage your trade. So let us drop back to the 1 minute. I can explain anything you ask in the chat section. I could also help you analyze other pairs. So right now we're waiting for price to close above 181,800 for us to continue with the buys. So right now we're seeing price struggling to break this area, and if we see a pullback again and break these sensitivity areas on the 1 minute, this means DJ will most likely do a deeper pullback for it to go on and create new highs. That's just price action. No need to be emotional about it. You can just close out the trade for 15 pips profit. That's nothing. That's a lot of money depending on the number of lots you've put in. In one lot you would have around $150. 10 lots, 1,500. 100 you'd have $15,000. It's all about perspective. So right now I'm actually being cautious, because if GJ fails to break 181,800, we are going to do a deeper pullback. Still struggling. When trading, always look to think about the long term. Don't be greedy and try to catch home run trades each and every time you're in the market. Just take the piece you get and get out. So like right now, I'd look to close my positions. if this 1 minute closes below 181,650. So it closed and immediately pushed back up. So this could be a week. So if this flips, you could close your trade. If it doesn't, you could look to hold it for more pips. Gold, nothing's going on, still stuck in this range. My only sales would be at 1929,500 and below 1923,500. Anything in between is, I don't want to say, let's just say this is a range and consolidation. That's the best word I can use right now. DJ is still playing the range. You can look to close a position if it breaks below 181,623. You could manage by closing half your position. That's what I advise a lot of new traders to do, rather than close your whole position then regret later. You could just close a portion of your position here. Sorry about the noise once again. So as you can see, the trade is coming to us. If it tapped 1929,500 and failed to break, so how do we manage our GJ trade? As you can see here, price closed below once again. Right now you should be out by at least 10 pips. and the stop loss is at break even, and you can look to enter another trade. So this was our first trade. So we expect GJ to do a deeper pullback towards 181,200 for further buys, or hold 181,500 area so that we can get our entries. So right now we have to wait for the confirms for further buys. So we were actually not tapped. We were a pip away from getting stopped out. So I'm still in this trade. I'm still in this trade until it breaks 181,500, then I'll get stopped out at break even. But I had closed a portion of my positions at 15 pips when it broke below. As for gold, same old confirms. Let's wait for gold to come to our area of interest. So we could look to enter the gold sales at around here. Anywhere around here is where I'd enter my gold sales. Otherwise, right now we're just in a range. No need to jump the gun, then get hit with a pullback, stopped out for no reason. Just wait for a trade to come to you. Have patience, exert a little bit patience, and be cautious, since we are having the unemployment claims in the next 30 minutes. So as for me, I'd put a risky sell limit at 1929.500, which I don't advise anyone to do, because when economic data reports such as the unemployment claims get released, there's a lot of volume and volatility which would stop you out, then drive price towards your target. So right now I just have to wait for our entries to come to us, exert a little bit more patience. As for GJ, we haven't yet been stopped out. Price almost stopped us out for 1 pip, but we are still in. So right now I know a lot of technical traders are going to enter in the middle of the range. You could look at your 15-minute. So as we are waiting for the reports to get released, we could just do a clean analysis right from the daily. Let us clean our charts. We could even start our analysis on the weekly. So as you can see, price made all-time highs at 2089, 2090 areas during May. This is when markets were full fear mode during the bank collapses, and people didn't have a lot of confidence in the US banking system, followed by a lot of negative economic data reports. This fueled the fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And since gold is a safe haven, a lot of investors put their money into gold, and that's why it hit the 2089 areas. So right now gold is doing a pullback, and as you can see, it's not out of the ordinary for gold to do 1000 pip, 500 pip pullbacks on the weekly. So right now we're having a pullback, and if it breaks this higher time frame demand area at 1929 right now, the way we've been monitoring it on the lower time frames, we can expect it to drive lower. To first we'll have to drop down, but right now we are in a pullback phase. Absolutely no reason for buys unless we get the data reports for short-term buys. So let's just drop down to the daily. So just by throwing a glance, we can understand what area of market structure we're in. We are in the secondary phase of market structure. So price does impulsive moves in gold, then corrects them. So this is the secondary phase of market structure. That's why you see we don't have clean impulsive moves like this upward. This is the main bias. That's why the moves are so clean. And as you can see on the pullbacks, we have ranges, then impulsive breaks above the previous highs. So that's what's going on right now. We're in the secondary phase of market structure, and that's why we've been stuck on the higher time frame. You could also see it on the daily. This is the higher time frame range. Currently waiting for data and any new. So if we get any new fear, uncertainty, and doubt, we'd look to break above here for more buys. But since that isn't evident, we are looking to capitalize on sales all the way to the 1800. Okay, so with that in mind, we can drop down to the lower time frames. So for scalpers, after just catching a glance on the higher time frame and understanding what price is doing at that particular time, you can drop down on the intraday time frame, the 4 hour. So as you can see, price has been slowly chugging its way down, but we were stuck in this range for almost 2 weeks, and I have realized we have broken out of it. So we can look to capitalize on the impulsive breaks today if we get good data for the unemployment claims. We can impulsively break the 1923 500 zone, then drive impulsively for 100 to 200 pips. So then you can drop down to the 1 hour. So as you can see, price closed below this higher time frame, the intraday time frame demand zone. So right now, there's absolutely no reason for buys. but this is data dependent on what will come out in the next 30 minutes. We again drop down to the 30 minutes. So the market structure on the intraday is always the same, it looks the same. So right now, if price breaks below here, we'll be looking to capitalize on the sells. Oh, so GJ is currently setting up itself for more buys. So this is where we come in. So if price holds this area, we can look to enter buys. So this was topped out at break even. So we're looking to enter more positions at 181,200 with the stop loss below here for 10 pips. Let's just wait for bullish closure on 181,200. Before we can execute. So this was our 1 minute close. You could look to enter buys right here to drive its way up to 181,800. Also, I'd be cautious because in the next 20 minutes we're going to have a major economic data report. So right now we want price to hold above 181,200 for us to validate more buys towards the upside. So if not, what I'd look to do to manage this trade is if price starts making impulsive breaks to 181,200, okay, so right now we could look to manage our trade. If this 1 minute closes below 181,200, you could close half your position. So as you can see, bang on, price just rejected 181,200 beautifully. So right now we are up 6 pips, nothing crazy. beautiful 10 pips. I'd advise scalpers to close out and call it a day. You've already taken 10 pips left, right on the first trade and on the second trade. I realized I should also have like a spreadsheet that will help us monitor the trades that we've taken. So right now, since we are having a data report, when it gets to 5 minutes to the data report, I'd look to move my stop loss to break even so that price can do what it does best, either drive or stop us out. So let me just type out the trades that have. GBP JPY buys at 181,500, 10 pips, stroke break even. The second we have the GJ buys at 181,200. So we are currently up 16 pips. So for scalpers, I'd advise you to take profit at 15 pips. And leave a runner. So let me expand this. So these are the two trades. We have actually not lost any since this was 10 pips. Then our runner got stopped out at break even. So let us check up on gold. Let's see what price is doing. So you see, gold entices you to enter trades. It's literally calling you like, bro, execute on the sales. Then does a 15 pip pullback. That's why I advise you to wait for entries either here or impulsive breaks below 1923,500. Till then, let us just look to wait for the data reports to come out. I apologize for the noise in the background once again. So since we aren't in a trade on gold, let us just leave our charts on GJ so that you can manage our trades. So what you don't want to see is this impulsive move getting shifted out. Okay, so if you start seeing impulsive bearish candles back to back, we'd look to close, say 75% of our positions, then move the rest to break even. So right now nothing like that is happening, so we just wait to see what price does best. This is the new 15-minute candle open, so just be cautious. It needs to make a bottom wick before it flips. For those wondering how I entered on the 1 minute, we already did the fundamental analysis for GJ at the start of the stream, but I can go over it again. If you didn't enter these trades with me, you could wait for price to break above 181,500. So we are 2 trades in so far. The first one, we got 10 pips, closed a percentage, and the rest of the position got stopped out at break even. For the second trade, we have 15 pips where I advised you to close, then leave a percentage of your trade to run. So right now we are running and we closed at 15 pips. So as you can see, it's just patience, having pre-planned analysis. If you can just rewind, you realize we had pre-planned buys at 181,500, or if it's exactly what I said, if it fails to break above 181,800, it's not out of the ordinary to see GJ do a deeper pullback to 181,200. So right now we're breaking impulsively above 181,500, and GJ is a crazy pair. It can literally shoot up to 182 unprovoked. So how will I look to manage this trade? Would you look at that? This is a beautiful move. The only way I can manage, so we closed at 15 pips for our let's say, I won't call it first position because we have one position. So if we had one lot, we close 0.5 lots at 15 pips, then let another 0.5 lots run. So our runner is currently up 35 pips. Beautiful Thursday. So we are currently on a winning streak. We haven't lost any trade. So okay, so quickly before anything else, if price starts breaking below this area, I'll look to close my trade fully as I wait for the data report from USA on the unemployment claims coming up in the next 10 minutes. So be cautious. Depending on how this 1 minute will close.
Empty hearts and neon lights, they're playing with my mind. Gotta get out of here tonight. Oh, I wanna run off and fly. And I'll tell myself it's fine to be alone, just to find somewhere that finally feels like home. Oh, oh, oh. I hate all this overthinking. Oh, 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 oh. The more I swim, the more I'm sinking. Take me to a world of silver. No more heartbreaks, tears, painkillers. Take me somewhere unfamiliar.
So right now, just close the full trade. 20 pips. So runner 20 pips. I think that's good risk management.
Get me out of broken hearts and starting fights, turning truth to lies. Gotta get up, stop wasting time. Yeah, I wanna run off and fly. And I tell myself it's fine to be alone, just to find somewhere that finally feels like home. Oh, oh, oh.
So right now you shouldn't be holding this trade. So we are done, and we were done with that trade, done and dusted. So right now, let's just sit on our hands and watch what price has to offer us on gold on the data release that will be out in the next 8 minutes. So close out all your positions. An economic data report is imminent. It's only a matter of time, because more often than not you'll get stopped out by the liquidity grabs and the increase in spreads. So I want us to watch the reactions on gold. If you have any question, you could leave it in the chat. I am more than ready to answer your questions. Just leave it in the chat. I could also ask my questions to you guys. So as a pop quiz, just not okay. So I actually deleted a key level. Give me a minute. So as a pop quiz, just ask yourself, what would we be looking for to enter our trades in the 1 minute? This is the lower time frame. You could answer it in the chat, or you could just answer it for yourself, because I've given the answers quite a number of times and what we're expecting to see happen to gold during this session, or any other session for that matter. Also, these red lines on GJ, they aren't random. These are the PPLs, which I have back tested and realized for any yen pair, the reactions are usually at flat levels such as 200, 500 and 00. Okay, so that's where the investors exchange their prices. So when banks do contracts, they don't just do it, say, on a random number like 181, 537. No, they do it on flat levels. This give rise to the PPLs, which are the 200s, the 500s and the 800. So that's, you can backtest it and look at how price react bang on, exactly on the PPLs. So you can just backtest it on your own time. So this is the indicator I'm currently using. PPL solid, and these are my settings, style, lines, everything default. So just using your eyes, you can see how beautifully price reacts to these PPLs on GJ or any other yen pair for that matter. So technically speaking, when price on GJ fails to break a PPL, it does a deeper pullback. You can rewind the video and I said exactly that. When we were in this trade, we look to manage when price broke below this because GJ will do a deeper pullback to 181.200 or 181 flat. So that also goes for right now. If GJ fails to break 181.500, we could look to see it pull back to 181.200, form an order block, then go right back up, or do deeper pullbacks which aren't out of the ordinary for GJ. Okay, any questions, leave it in the chat. So back to gold, 4 minutes to the data report. So imagine if we jumped in on cowboy sales right over here before price broke our key level. Look at how quick price was ready to stop us out. So we'd been, my stop loss are usually around 15 to 20 pips, so that can allow gold to breathe. So if we took this trade without confirmations and based on greed, we'd have get stopped out. So that's why I'm telling you to wait on confirms. So right now price can pull back to 1929,500, form an order block. So this is what I'm expecting. If the unemployment claims are good, we're expecting this to happen, a pullback to 1929,500, something like this, then impulsive break below 1923. If not, we can get the breaks below 1923 immediately, but most likely with data reports, price has to do a liquidity grab to collect more orders for sellers and for buyers to liquidate positions, then a drop towards 1923,500. Okay, so this is